Hey, everybody there at Button. My name is Sarah Johnson. I'm an Associate Senior Manager of Content Strategy at CVS. And I developed 8 steps to content first design when I was asked to teach at the Bentley University User Experience Design Center. Deciding what to teach for content strategy, I wanted to do something very hands-on, and it was based on my experience in the field. I wanted to give students something they could take to work with them if they got a job on a content strategy team or a user experience team for that matter. So I'm going to just give you a little taste of some random slides of my presentation so you can get a sense of who I am and what I'm about. I would love the opportunity to speak at Button, so I hope you're happy with what you find here. So 8 steps to content first design. What are the steps? The first step is to do a thorough content inventory, whether it's of a huge site or a section of the site, or even a page of the site that you're addressing. The second thing is to conduct an audit on that content that you've inventoried. Identify the usability of it, the readability of it, the up-to-dateness of it. Just define your attributes that you want to evaluate for and take a thorough audit. Then we're going to introduce conversation mapping, creating content maps, and then sketching a page based on our pre-vision work. For the 6th step, we'll write some content. Then we will test and iterate. And the final step will be to get sign off. And as a happy bonus, I'll talk about how to advocate for content first design in your organization. So let's dig in a little bit to the slides. I will share my screen with you. I'm using Keynote. Bear with me one sec. Thank you very much. So 8 steps to content first design. Content first design is not intended to be used apart from UX, but as a preliminary step to inform the UX content strategy collaboration. The more we know about content up front, the more we're going to be able to create a sustainable, meaningful conversation with the user on the other side of the experience. And it is all about creating a conversation. When we go onto a website, we see more and more personalization. Hi, Sarah. How would you like to proceed today? Would you like to look at your accounts? It's all conversation. If we don't include thoughts about the conversation from the beginning, the design can't reflect that human connectedness. By analyzing, researching, and evaluating content before we bring in UX, we can more aptly help improve the customer experience with knowledge of their language, their needs, and preferences. We want to know how they talk, what they need to hear, what they're expecting. So the 8 steps are: first, to do a content inventory, conduct a content audit, explore conversation mapping, create content maps, sketch a page, write the content, test and iterate, and get sign off. And I'll dig deeply into each of these topics, but for now, we'll just cover a few. The first step is to take an inventory. And a content inventory is simply a list of the content on the website and where it lives. The benefits of a content inventory can include scope and budget of project. How much do you want to bite off? What's it going to cost? How much time is it going to take? And what are the goals? A content inventory can help you get a handle on what you have and where it lives in order to understand necessary maintenance and where you can edit or delete content. And it helps identify redundancies, widows, and irrelevant or outdated content that maybe you don't need anymore, that you can get rid of and delete and reduce your workload. And it also provides a reference during the content strategy work that helps keep track of what's getting done, where, when, and why. So there are even more reasons why you should consider doing a content inventory. It creates a clear picture of the content hierarchy, which in turn supports designing proper relationships between content and UX. When you understand what the hierarchy is, you can understand what works and what doesn't work about that. An inventory identifies places where users need more information. It helps locate error pages, which can be removed or corrected, and it informs plans moving forward and provides a solid document for a sound rationale. It's really the foundation of the content work that you're going to be doing. I'll talk about what should be included in the content inventory. And I will talk about how we define the scope. How much and what do you want to cover in your inventory? I suggest that if you have 100, maybe a few more pages, inventory all of the content. If you have thousands of pages, start with the sections most critical to the user experience that you're addressing in this project. And through user research, business analysis, you can help identify the areas most important for customers and for your business, then focus on those. I think that's probably 3 minutes. I'm going to stop my share. I am currently working on a book about content first design. I have an agent and we're just finishing the proposal. It's a subject that I love, and I love to get the audience engaged in talking about it because I learn as much from them as they learn from me. Their questions elucidate places where my content has failed, places where I can improve my content. And just the whole atmosphere of Button, I think, would be so stimulating and invigorate my presentation quite a bit. So I hope you'll consider this talk on content first design, and I appreciate you all being there. Thank you.